welcome back. Sorry we're skipped a week or two, and then sorry that we're late tonight. Technical difficulties all around. Um, but thanks for joining us, or thanks for watching if you're catching us on one of the video hosting sites after the stream. Um, I'm Aaron. I'm the DM for the Desert of Desolation campaign that we've been running for. Did somebody say that it's already been 3 years?
Yep, 3 years. We started in 2017.
Man, I've gotten a lot of mileage out of these three little skinny modules from the first edition D&D. Um, the one we're on right now of the Desert of Desolation is the Lost Tomb of Martek. This is the third and final adventure in the three module campaign, um, which I think got a little bit more fleshed out when they released it as a compilation book. I think a few years later, but um, I have the I have the actual physical modules. Um, and I converted them to fifth edition for our group. We are the Disbursements. Again, I'm Aaron, and we are on Zaref's channel. Michael, our host. Say hi, Michael.
How you doing? So I got a quick shout out to if you haven't noticed, we got a new logo. This was done by Vishal. Anyways, you can find him at twitter.com at VickyM007. If you were looking for a new logo, go check him out. He does wonderful logos for commissions.
So then, your character that you're playing today, that's getting introduced today, is.
Marcus.
Now, tell us a little bit about Marcus. We'll discover more about him, I guess, in game. But give
He
us a
is
brief.
a
Mhm.
he's a high he's in a high elf he's a high elf wizard. Basically, he's my first 5e character, if you can believe it. But he we're kind of keeping some of his backstory from the adventure leagues he's played, which means he started out as a cowardly, nice guy, and then due to certain players, Pete being one of them, characters have driven him to complete cynicism.
No clue what you're talking about.
So,
Yes, he's a high elf of nobility stature, so to speak.
that still doesn't tell me if you're being more descriptive or being redundant.
uh,
So, yeah. So we're busy. That might explain actually where he's been these last few minutes, right?
right,
Why he didn't immediately join the battle.
right.
And you agreed with me. That's the part that I'm loving about this.
Unintentionally agreeing with you.
Um, also joining us tonight is Pete. Pete, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Muglug the Pit Fighter from the pits. Uh, I'm a big, strong barbarian half orc.
All right. And also with us tonight is Toby, and Toby is tell us about your character, Toby.
I'm playing Hormia Music, the tiefling trickster cleric, though he looks a lot less tiefling since having his horns pulled out and replaced with holy symbols to his god Tomorrow. He's purple in colour, winged variant tiefling, and about everything I can think of.
All right. So then you're gonna give us a brief recap on what happened last week, or I guess it wasn't last week. It
Last
was
session.
a couple of weeks back, last session, let's just say.
Yes, after having one of the star gems we needed to get through this dungeon, building, city, not quite sure what it is, but we appear to be inside and need the star gems to move forward. Having not much luck with the group who have been stealing from us and generally not telling us the entire truth, we decided to go and see the other faction living in this area who, as per usual, our diplomatic skills were top notch and we ended up in a fight. Then, leaving that, we met up with Trophacus, the leader of the other group, and a few of his underlings at the door to the next area, where we tried to bargain for our gem back. Again, diplomacy went supremely well, and we ended up in another fight where we have unfortunately lost Daralax, our previous fighter, but we do have his brother Percivalax with us.
That's right.
And we find ourselves now bloody beaten, surrounded, and not quite sure what to do.
Well,
Muglug knows what to do.
you so Muglug, you were actually on the altar, right? That where the gems, or had you
I was,
had you
yes.
climbed off?
I just
Okay,
climbed off.
okay. So um, real quickly, just because I remember, if I remember correctly, this session was somewhat abruptly ended,
Right.
due in no small part to what I was doing. Everybody you see goes through the doorway. Um, uh, all these bad guys that are, oops, all these bad guys, they go through the door as soon as it opens up, following Trifacus and what's her name?
Sardoc?
Sardoc, yes. Sardoc, who is, I think, laying some smackdown on you from a distance, right?
Yeah, I'm looking a bit like a pincushion right now.
Yeah. So they go through the door. I think these other guys that were up in your face are also like immediately just running through the door. Um, Percivalax, he has just seen what's happened and he's now wailing, screaming, crying, screaming out Darilax, cradling him in his arms. Tears are flowing down his face because Darilax has just given his last breath. Um, I think we were all stunned, and I think our characters are all stunned at this point, right?
Very
At
much so.
at uh at the death of Darilax. Um, and at this time, you see wandering up behind you uh, a few of the mad dogs. Um, they're accompanied by another character who looks slightly disoriented. And I think who's the other person? Actually, we've got Bandique is also there, and I think you can also see. I think there's a couple. I don't have an icon, the tokens for them, but you also see Sam and Ralph. Sam being the Mad Dog and Ralph being the Gilder. So there's a couple of other Gilders accompanying Bandique and Minho, their Man Dog leader, and the fighting appears to be over. they've heard the big commotion. There was like a big chime, I think, when the great doors were opened by Hormir. Um,
Ding dong.
and they step forward, um, and hostilities between them appear to have been ceased. And they're, in amazement that the Grand Hall, is now available to them. Um, um, Again, I think the storm, what was it, storm sphere that was up, dropped as soon as Sardoc stepped through the doors. He let his concentration wane.
Oh, I should probably drop my spirit guardians as well.
And so Percivalax is there. He's dead. Um, and
To clarify, not personal.
Oh, Derelax, yes, Derelax is there. Is dead in Percivalax's arms. Percivalax carries him to the altar and lays him gently down. Um, and is just sobbing over his body. What are the rest of y'all doing now that you've had a chance to catch your breath and absorb for whatever, a couple of seconds, you what has happened?
um, uh, Moglog is very at the departing of his friend. He would like to say a couple words um, about Darlax before we move on.
So, so let me ask y'all this. So it looks like it looks like everybody ran through the door. They're gone. Um, the rest of the Guilders and the Mad Dogs. There was obviously a smaller entourage of Guilders that were loyal to Sardoc, right? But great majority of the Guilders and of course the Mad Dogs are behind you, and they seem to be overfilled with joy at the opening of this door. This was like the great promise finally being fulfilled, and um, so this is their glee is juxtaposed against your sadness, and I mean it looks like you are all. I mean, how many hit points is everybody at?
I'm on 10.
And no spell slots left, right? Or very few.
I have 1 second level.
Yeah. So I mean, y'all can take a short rest if you want, and prepare Derelax's body for some sort of funeral pyre ceremony here, if that's what y'all want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so Percival Axe will lead the way, and he will also. You see him, and he reaches for Bar Ethel, and he's really choking up over Bar Ethel. Um, and he's like, Mom made this for you, but then she let me have it. I don't know how you got it back, but if it's okay with you, I'm gonna go ahead and carry on, and I'll tell Mom how you fought bravely, Derelax. Although I suspect she already knows. And he takes Bar Ethel, which is, of course, a great sword. He does a quick twist of the handle and he says, "You've got the touch." and then it changes into a long sword, and then he sheathes it. Um, he sees your cloak, and he's like, "Mom made this for you too, didn't she? Well, this goes with you." And then he kind of steps back.
Um, I hate to bring this up, but does Homer remember before in a previous session when Alex thought he was done for when he's getting petrified? Certain requests he made.
Holmir would, Toby can't.
He remembered that he had a special great sword with him that had emotional sentiment. He asked it
Oh,
to be placed by the tree where his comrades lie.
Muglug might remember.
Mm-hmm.
Muglug was Go ahead, Muglug. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, he was basically what you just said. He was asked to be his body be placed at the tree, but I'm not sure if we can do that.
We can
Right.
place the
Well, a
ashes.
sword.
The ashes, maybe, but
Well, the sword he asked to be placed at the tree.
oh, I thought it was your body.
No, he requested his sword be buried with his comrade, or a place where the tree lies, where his comrades were buried, in the white palm.
Yeah, Muglug would be familiar with that. I don't think Hormir was present for that ceremony.
Yeah,
No,
Mugleg was familiar with it, but it was Homer who heard the request and goes, "I don't know what that is." Oh, right. And then he turned to stone.
he trusts that Percivalax and Muglug know, but he would say it out loud and mention it to them that he wanted his swords left at the grave of his comrades.
Okay, so I think that's Cathalax, right?
Cathalax, yeah. Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
Yeah, not the other sword. Yeah.
right. Um, so I guess everybody they see this and they're gonna go and gather around and assist with this impromptu funeral pyre. You see Bandique. She starts crying over Derilax's corpse also. Um, she's like, I tried to warn him about about uh,
Bacchus.
Trifacus and that weird mirror that he had. I don't know if he got a chance to do anything about that. And then at this, Percivalax looks at her and he says, "He did. I was in that mirror." And then you hear somebody else to the left of Hormir say, "And so was I." And everybody turns and looks at this elf standing next to Hormir.
And he puts his hand on Homer's shoulder and says, "I will remember." I messed that up. I forever will remember the name of Derelict.
As will I. And Holmir is going to pull out a spell book, look through for funeral rites,
Hmm.
and take out a couple of coins, place them on Darax's eyes, saying a prayer for each. And then it's going to start reading a prayer.
Okay. So Percivalax turns to him and he says, turns to uh, turns to this elf. He goes over to him and he says, "You were in that mirror too?"
Yes, for the 50th time. Didn't you hear me shouting at you from the other side of the mirror?
No, what happened when the mirror was destroyed? Where did you end up?
Under a flaming bed.
Oh, oops.
Oops. Oops.
Yeah, my brother might have set that fire. Sorry. He didn't know anybody else was in the mirror. Frankly, I didn't either.
It's all right. I'm not angry. I can't be angry. I won't be angry. Let's just give respects to the deceased.
Okay. So, I guess Percival Axe sets the kindling, lights it. Everybody steps back. Percival Axe again says some words about his brother, his little brother, who became his big brother for however brief their reunion was. Too short of a reunion, he says. Um, we didn't even get a chance to catch up, and now you're gone. And I hope mom knows what's happening, what has happened, because I don't know that I'll be able to talk about it to her. Uh, thank you, brother, and may uh, may the may Bahamut guide you. And then he grows silent for a bit as the flames start to kind of spread all around, crackle, and grow larger.
If the DM allows it, can I do a narration of what happens to his soul?
Not yet. There may still be other people that are
Muglug's
gonna speak.
Muglug's still waiting.
Okay.
Can Muglug say his last respects now?
Yep.
Good, good. Muglug's been waiting for this. I first met Darlax when we were young. Commander had taken him into our squad. Bashir had recently, the Crazy Eight needed a new member. The commander said that Darlax's mother had personally asked that I look after Darlax. Apparently, his mother was one of my greatest fans. She had left his father's hammer, Splatbringer, in my possession for when he was ready to wield it. Muglug places the hammer on the ground next to the flame. I regret never telling Darlax about the hammer, but he preferred swords, so I held onto it for him. Instead, our whole squad saved our winnings to buy Cathalax for him. Darlax took it hard when our squad was wiped out. Just the two of us remained. Commander Ward, Grega, Scuba, Shira, and Goran all died that day. But the hardest for Darlax was the loss of his loved Spinneret. I never understood what he saw in that lanky drow sorceress. She didn't even have any pecs. But he loved her, and since her death, he's only been half the fighter he was in the pits. Even then, he was still one of the greatest fighters in the land. He continued to fight bravely, even after accidentally releasing the Afridi. Even though we had nearly died a dozen times each in this desert, he still had my back and all of our backs. We fought like brothers. I thought we were brothers. Mugla pauses and wipes a tear away, and then smiles with big toothy grin. But now, Darlax, you're back with your family, probably drinking the best ale that side of the veil has to offer, and resting in the arms of your loved one, Spinneret. I, Muglug, will probably be joining you soon. Wait for me, brother. Mugleg turns away.
So then, Hormir, you're gonna give that final, what is it, an invocation, or what is it?
Funeral rites,
Funeral
basically.
rites.
And he'll give a little speech and say, I be brutally honest, when I first met Darax, I thought him a complete idiot. But traveling with him past few months, getting to know him, he showed me that brains aren't everything. His heart was worth far more.
Seems like the flames have really taken off now. You can't even make out his body anymore. It's just all fire. Everybody just kind of stands and watches Minho and Bandik kind of wander. They wander over together, and they both kind of collectively say, "Thank you, Derelax, and you and the rest of your group. The door to Grandal is now opened. The promise of Martique has come true. Uh, and we'll always remember you and the sacrifice you made." So everybody can take a short rest now.
All right.
And um, from the smoke um, that rises from Derelax's funeral pyre, a couple of you kind of get some of that smoke. You can kind of smell the embers, and as you sit and you are thinking about it, reflecting on Derelax, it actually fills you with the benefits of a long rest. So, um, and Marcus, that includes you in terms of like spell selections. Hormir includes both of you in terms of spell slots, spell selections, any exhaustion levels you may have. You're getting the benefit of a short rest followed by a long rest. It's like Derelax's final gift to you. Marcus, during this short rest, Hormir, Percivallax, and Muglug seem to have their interest piqued by your presence and how you came to be captured in that mirror. Can you explain a little bit of that to them?
Well, I was investigating the lost knowledge of a wizard known as Martek. And I
Okay, that's good.
all right,
Toby, I can't hear you, Michael.
all right.
I couldn't hear you. Can you say that again?
I was exploring the lost knowledge of a wizard known as Martek.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's do it this way. I had a business partner, associate, Caucus, who was also interested. He said he had some information gathered, and say I know it. He trapped me in a mirror and tried to get every information he can from what I knew about Martech.
Percival X comes up to you and he says, "That SOB, he did the same thing to me and to Prit, my gnome wizard companion." Well, he didn't trap Prit in the mirror. From what Trafacus told me afterwards, the two drow slit his throat and threw him into the um, sacrificial flames in Turbakar for the pharaoh, um, the pharaoh's in the pharaoh's temple. They said that those flames consumed him so completely that there wasn't a trace of his body left.
Prick, that mad gnome with the spoon.
Yeah, that's him. How do you know him?
We met him there.
Outside the pyramid?
Inside the pyramid, he was tunneling around in the walls like some madman.
Huh. So he's still alive. His memory must have been affected by that attack.
I'd say so. He wasn't exactly a. Didn't come across as a sane individual, should we say.
Well, it sounds like I'm gonna need to go back there once we get out of here and help him from from that pyramid. Well, Marcus, he says you and I have a lot in common then. He said Percival X says these fellows, Hormir and Muglug, they actually acquired Martek's star gems.
And
All of them.
his eyes just widened. Martech sergeants? So you have all of them on hand?
Well,
Macy's, one just left over from the fire.
Well,
well, there's
I think they
technically
pulled that
3
one.
in the altar.
Yeah,
Okay.
they pulled it. Yeah, yeah, they pulled them out. Y'all pulled them out and recovered them.
Yeah, once
So
the door
you
was
have all
open, I
five.
pulled them back.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Trafacus still have one? Or did we get that one back?
You got
No,
it.
remember he had left it on the altar for you.
Oh, yes, we've got them all back now.
Yeah. So so the two leaders of the factions, Minho and Bandik, they implore you to hurry, go and stop Sardok and Trafakas. We'll go and we'll gather everybody and we'll follow you.
Sounds like a plan. But are you sure I'm welcome to come with the doors?
We're going to need all the help we can get.
I will do what I can.
All right. So um y'all
Sounds
are uh-huh.
sounds like Michael's having more internet issues than you are.
Sorry.
I think tonight's the night for internet issues. Right? It's like there's probably an internet virus going around to accompany the real virus that's spreading.
No, it's just 10 million people are on the internet right now.
Yep.
And like 8 million are on Roll20.
And the other million are watching people on Roll20. So, all right. So y'all are proceeding through the door.
Yeah.
hmm
And so you go through the door and you find another door. And you go
And
through
another door.
and you go through that one and you find another door. And this goes on for about a total of 1,000 times. This quarter goes on forever. And you seem to remember reading something about 1,001 doors. And that's pretty much the situation that you're in right here. You're going through 1,001 doors.
Can you
Mark,
describe each door in detail to me?
Yeah, give me a second. The first door has a doorknob. It has some hinges.
what type of wood is it made of? Is it made out of wood
Yes, it is.
or stone?
It's made out of wood.
Is it mahogany or chestnut?
mahogany.
It's chestnut.
Northern or European?
Oh my god.
Or African or European chestnut?
Oh my god.
What's its average flight speed?
No. What's his average opening and closing speed? This is a door, not bird.
What's the high speed velocity of a door?
In order to find that out, you'll have to measure it and the subsequent 999 doors, and then take the sum, and then divide it by 1,000.
I think Marx is a smart enough fellow to try to do that, and it's all in his head, and it's like, well,
Well, he starts to, but then he realizes that the second door has nickel hinges instead of brass hinges.
Nickel.
And then the door after that is mahogany and not chestnut. And then
and
the door
Marcus
after
just
that doesn't have a doorknob, it has a door handle.
Marcus.
So now he's like, ah, screw it. Now I gotta start all over again.
No, he has a catchphrase for this. He goes, "Confound it all!" Starts stomping through all the 1,001 doors.
I'm waiting for the door that has a push bar, not the handle.
So as y'all are making your way through these doors, does any of y'all, what else do y'all do besides observing the door? Did we lose Toby?
No, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Okay, no, it's because it looks like you're not. For some reason, Discord's showing that you're not online.
Oh, yeah, I'm set to offline on Discord. I had a couple of people pestering me into direct messages.
I see. So, the majestic twin doors of shining silver. Blah blah blah. Let's make sure.
Ooh, silver doors.
Wait.
Silver doors.
Hold on, wait.
Silver doors.
Oh. Anything else you want to do as y'all are progressing through this grand hallway.
Hmm.
Uh,
It's obvious that that Trifacus and uh who's I guess it's Sardoc, right? Paunus is dead, right? Y'all killed Paunus.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's obvious that Trifacus, Sardoc, and maybe a couple of the loyal guilders went this way. You know, and you are
Wait,
about an hour behind them, if
did
not
we kill
more.
Pontus or did we only banish him?
No, you banished him and then you brought him back and then went all stabby stabby and smashy smashy on him.
Yes,
Okay.
we definitely stabbed him
Yeah.
and burned his house down.
All right. So I guess
Which
Marcus.
Marcus is a little chafed about. He's a little bit singed about that.
Yeah, he's just holding part of his cloak gets singed and goes. You're paying for the new one. He says that's Mugluck.
He says that was Cormyrean silk. You know how hard it is to get.
Right. I think he.
Muglug throws a bag of 1,000 gold pieces at him. Here, buy a new cloak. And probably nearly knocks him off his feet. Since the
Can Marcus
bag
even
weighs, what,
carry 1,000 gold?
100 pounds?
You did do calisthenics for however long you were in that mirror, right, Marcus?
Right, he's in good
Keep
shape.
up your physical stamina and conditioning and whatnot. So, the hallway ends at closed double doors, closed golden double doors, 30 feet wide by
Ooh.
100 feet tall. Um, 10-foot wide arched corridors lead off to the east and the west. The gold doors have ornately carved glowing runes cut into them. So let me reveal that part of the map to you. Wait, why is it reloading? What just happened?
No, it seems fine on this part.
Yeah, it did not seem fine on my end. It's like the website is reloading now. So it's doing the Roll20
Oh,
thing
there
again.
it is. Yeah, I see it now.
So, okay, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Back.
All right. All right, so this is the end of the grand hall.
Can I tell what sort of runes or language are on the door?
Um, so you're gonna go up to the runes and check them out?
Have a look from a reasonable distance, close enough that I can read it, not so close and touching it.
All right. Well, you'll still have to get up to within 5 feet. And it seems like the runes. I'll take a quick look at your character sheet. It seems like the runes quickly turn. They morph into written infernal.
Interesting.
And it says, "My monument to Phoenix, good friend and true, stands watch over the way to the gate of my tomb. Walk that path straight and narrow, do not waver or falter, and your chance will be given to come to my altar.
Hmm. Hmm.
Holmir will read this out loud so the others can tell what it says.
And Marcus contemplates it. It's like, maybe we should not waver from our straightforward path.
Muglug looks at the writing.
It turns into Orcish, and
Muglug can't
you
read.
still can't read it.
And then Marcus goes, "Confound it all! Let me look at it."
And it turns into Elfish, and you concur with Hormir's verbal description of what it says.
I indubitably concur.
Indubitably?
All right. Y'all see that now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Question. Looking, like moving off to the side and having a look at these other doors, do they have anything written on them, carved into them?
Marcus issues a little bit of caution. Try not to waver from our path too much. The warning was given.
Yeah.
Yes, but
There's
knowing which path is the right path is the clue.
there is no runes on the
Right door.
right door, but hold on. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not telling you something incorrect. Uh, you find here and sorry. When you come over to this quarter, you see a couple of dead guilders.
All right, I'm not getting any closer.
They appear to have been burned.
I think you may be correct in your assumption, Marcus.
You can't get the smell of burning flesh out of your nostrils now, Hormir.
Ugh.
It almost smells like it's coming from behind you too on the other side.
I'll take a quick peek around the corner, just make sure it's the same deal.
Oh yeah, you turn around the corner and you're a couple of burned, smoldering bodies there too.
Ugh. Yeah, let's stick with the middle door.
Then gents, should we move forward?
I believe so.
All right.
Versalax, you coming?
Oh yeah, where is he?
He's at the back near the back
Alright.
door.
Guarding the exit.
Light and flame fill your senses. Before you is this 110 feet? I guess I'm gonna say sure. 110 feet square room filled with fire. Polished black glass steel reflects the flames into seeming eternity. Jets of fire soar 100 feet above you into the domed ceiling from 4 deep pits. There's a set of golden doors in the center of each wall. Let's make sure I see that. Yeah, is that revealed over here? I don't know if it is.
These.
Yeah, right here there's one
Yeah.
too, but it's kind of not as brightly colored, I guess. Hold on. And then let's see. Um, there is another door in each wall on each side of the double doors. Um, there is a platform in front of each set of doors. A glass steel pathway glows all the way around the room, connecting the platforms. Two 10-foot wide pathways cross the room and meet in the center of the flames at a round platform. This middle platform is 30 feet wide with a smaller ring in the middle of it. Hanging from the ceiling is a black frame that sits like a tent over the central platform. An iron phoenix sits stately on the frame. So there's a tent here, an iron phoenix above it.
Um, Marcus is going to look around cautiously to see if there's anything around. And if there isn't anything, he will go up to the statue and see if there's anything written on
Muglug. Muglug takes up the star gem Mopolar and says, "By the power of Mopolar, I see."
Okay, so you're going to use the gem of seeing.
Yes.
Um, hold on, I'm about to sneeze. I hate that it's allergy season at the time that everybody's worried about the bug going around.
right?
Um,
This you're talking about Texas. It's always allergy season in Texas.
this is true. So it's like sore throat, sniffles. That's year round.
It's either hey, was it either
Cedar fever,
cedar fever or um pollen or mold
mold,
or
mold. Yeah. Well, mold, I get like a sinus headache near my eyeball. So, okay. You don't see anything different than what's blatantly obvious here. But what is highlighted is a few. You can kind of see off in the distance, say like right here, over here, over here, over here, over here. You see what looked like maybe like at the doors, maybe like ashes, random piles of ashes.
mm,
I think we should stay on the straight and narrow path and get this statue.
Straight up the middle.
Okay, so once you've um you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give uh
and we still don't see any of the besides the dead ones. We don't see any of the people that came in before us, right? Any of the remaining, like especially the boss guy or whatever.
No, you don't see any other sign of no. There's nobody in the room. Nobody alive in the room other than you four. Um,
I'm sure that'll be fixed
as
soon.
you step further into the room, like Hormir and Muglug, when you get past this point, um, you see that Iron Phoenix, its eyes start to light up.
Uh
Mm.
oh.
Um,
Uh oh.
and you start to hear a low but very shrill shrieking, screeching noise coming out of it. It's not loud. It's very low. Um, but it's there now, and like I said, its eyes are glowing.
Mm.
And you said underneath the phoenix statue is an iron tent.
Yeah, it's an iron phoenix, and then underneath it is it's like a tent. It's like where it's on top of is like a cover of a tent.
Muglug's not afraid. Muglug will keep moving forward.
Okay, Percival Axe will kind of just stay right behind you, lockstep.
I think
You-
Marcus will come forward with Percival Axe side by side.
Okay. Um, so as y'all step a little bit closer, each eye kind of starts to light up, and one targets Muglug. It's like a laser beam comes out of it.
Laser.
Oh, Marcus has a realization. He goes to Hormir and says, "Do you suppose what that phoenix is standing on is the altar?"
It shoots its laser at you, Muglug, and misses.
It
Um,
could be. I say we run for it.
the
Mug.
other eye shoots at Hormir, and it just hits you right before your feet, Hormir.
Ooh.
Muglug's like, uh, I thought we were supposed to walk straight. We're walking straight, aren't we?
Yes, but we're being slow about it. Run.
Um,
Okay.
I
mhm. Michael.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna dash.
Dash.
Okay, so as y'all start moving, one of the eyes shoots at Percival Axe. Um, that's a miss. And Marcus,
Please don't.
what's your armor class?
Probably not that high. Uh, 14.
14. I got a 13.
Whew.
Um, okay. Uh, where to now, y'all?
Into the tent.
Yeah, that was my thought. See if it actually opens and we can get in there.
All right, so y'all are gonna go into underneath the Iron Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there's a round blue crystal disc that you're standing on, and as soon as you step on it, uh, it starts to slowly lower. Um,
I need some elevator music. Anyone got any
you
elevator
you
music?
you all of a sudden you start to hear instead of the shrieking, it kind of fades away, and um you do hear some music. Um, you hear very faintly, "Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around or hurt you."
I feel like I've just been rickrolled.
So, and that's how we lost Toby.
Oh, come on, you'd have to do far worse than that.
We try. We try our best.
What's a bit of Rick rolling between friends?
um, well, crap. I guess that's it for this map.
Was there supposed to be more?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. Hold on. I gotta
I'm
print
like,
that.
were we supposed to have done something more thoughtful and ingenious? And
No, I guess just it's more of a, hey, how stupid are you?
mm,
You're gonna walk towards this one square at a time. You're just gonna run in.
Hold on. Let's For the viewers, they're seeing how I don't know how to do a polygon reveal on the map that I'm trying to expose for you. Ugh, seriously.
This is why I don't use fog over war.
All right, here we go. And let's get y'all on the map again. So we got Percival Axe. We've got Hormir. We've got Marcus. We've got Muglug. And go ahead and y'all can move yourselves so that you're not piled up on each other. So the walls of the shaft through which you've been lowered suddenly open up. Your disc has dropped through the ceiling of an amazingly large room. This is a cathedral of crystal, brilliantly lit from within. The room is hexagonally shaped and is 20 feet across from side to side. Perfect for a high wizard, for a high elf. Perfect dimensions. You go down slowly from the dizzy height of 1,200 feet, finally coming to rest gently on the floor. You're about 90 feet from the southern corner of the room. In the center of the room, there is a platform of white stone. Stairs lead up to it from all sides. There are crystals on top of the platform, but they're too far away to see clearly. Um, an arched hall, 60 feet wide, 200 feet tall, is directly behind you. There are 5 other hallways, each at one of the other corners of this hexagonal room. 3 of the halls are brightly lit, and the other 3 are dark. So, just to make sure that y'all see what I'm talking about, do this. And just so that y'all see the platform. Um, I'm going to zoom in a bit on my view. Um, Now these are hexes, so obviously you're not taking up the whole hexed space. Um,
I see you said it was like 50 feet or something like that, right?
yeah.
Oh, maybe that's right.
So you got a crystal miniature of the Tomb of Martek on top of that center platform.
Okay.
So so y'all came down. I think it says y'all came down on a disc and y'all appeared where, like southwest corner or something. Uh, from the southern corner of the room. Okay, so you basically about where Hormir is standing is where y'all come down. And you see that platform with the crystal minaret, and it looks just like Martek's tomb, which y'all saw briefly from outside, right? When Hormir played his ocarina, right? And it kind of came into view up in the sky, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So you recognize it as like a miniature of of the structure that you're in. And there are um wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah. So the difference though is there were six towers surrounding the center structure. Six crystal towers
Mm-hmm.
surrounding the central structure. Here you see there are only three towers present, and there's three holes
Oh, okay.
where apparently the other crystal towers belong. Um, there's a hole here. There's a hole here. And there's a hole here. Um, and then you can see the three that have been placed.
Anyone got any crystal towers in their pockets?
Uh,
Not
apparently,
that I found.
apparently, I'll just leave it at that. What do y'all want to do?
Well, Marcus thinks about it and forms a hypothesis. Perhaps these lighted ways have each of the towers we need to collect and place it here on the altar.
Perhaps.
Or the ones that are there need to be put in the darkness.
Perhaps.
Looking at them, could these towers be pulled out?
No. Do you want to try to pull them out?
Yes.
No, if they don't look like they could be removed, I'm not going to try and remove it.
Okay.
I'm not going to break it.
Mug's pulling on them.
So when you look at them, you do see a little bit of blood uh on one of them that had been placed. Like there's a little bit of like blood droplets. Like maybe whoever placed it, and the blood droplets look fresh.
I
So
don't,
someone probably cut themselves on it.
I don't think alone.
Or nearly died trying to get it. There's no corpses here, right?
No. You
Mm.
can
That's
you
not enough blood for a dead person.
Um, Marcus thinks about it and goes, "Which way do you want to go, gents?"
You seem more book smart. Let's go with your idea.
Well, I believe that one of these three areas hold the one of each of the crystal towers that need to be placed in these holes. So the question is, which one do you want to go first? And Actually, that's a good question. Is there a blood trail on one of these pathways?
It's a good question. I agree with you. It is a good question. I would need to see some dice rolls before I could answer that question.
So with a 22, do I notice?
Um, yeah, hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to say um, hold on. Okay. All right. You do see a blood trail, or blood droplets, I should say, over here.
So the blood trail goes this way. And the question is, do you want to encounter anyone who left those marks? It's a good chance it's either Trafakis or one of his subservient cronies.
Is dragonborn blood different composition or color than say humanoid or elf blood,
I
drow
don't
elf
think
blood?
so. Because here's the thing. Dragonborns were born from dragons and it's like fire or the element they're from. So I would argue it would be, yeah, it would be red and stuff, but it would have a different kind of squishy composition.
Squishy.
I'll take off one of my gloves and give the couple of droplets by the tower a poke and a feel and see if I can identify who it's from, or at least rough race.
Okay. I will say that I will say that it's. Yeah, I should do this. I will say that it seems more elfish.
Elvish blood, probably Sardok or one of his cronies.
Sardak, probably. Yes.
But if the trail leads to a lit up corridor, does that mean that's where they got the tower from? Or did she cut her hand and then head that way?
So the blood came from here, also.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said it came from up here.
Well, no. So I should say you find the blood trail here. You find some blood splatter here, droplets here, blood droplets here, and then blood droplets over here.
I'm sure she went this way. Do you want to follow her?
I think that's for the best.
All right. And this way it is.
Okay.
Mugluk's already heading that way.
Actually, Persiflax, do you want to follow my cloak? You'll
Oh
probably.
yeah, that's what I thought. The building is much bigger than I thought. Each hex is 60 feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think I gave Michael control of Percival Axe if you want to move him.
All right.
Um, and let's see. We're heading. Oh, I didn't tell you that there was writing on the center
Oh,
platform.
Okay.
that
What was
that Hormir was able to read.
What does it say?
6 paths to glory, 6 paths to doom, 6 paths to minarets, the keys to my tomb. Replace the 6 minarets from the places now hidden, and you may then enter. To my tomb you are bidden. Be valiant and faithful. There is always a way, and if you survive it, you'll have glory this day. So y'all proceed this way. Y'all also are going to um, make a right turn at Albuquerque.
ooh?
How long does that star gem last? 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think so. Or a minute, I think.
Or is it just 1 minute? Okay. Got 3 uses a day, right?
I don't remember. So it'll show you anybody invisible or anybody disguised, right? As well as any hidden doors or.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm,
Any alteration and transformation. Any alteration to.
mhm.
Yeah, because I was looking at that the other day.
All right.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. So yeah. So you look and then you see what looks like a crystal ball.
So nothing in this room, no, right?
Sitting on a die of white polished stone. No, nothing in that room.
Blood trail? Where's the blood trail go?
It's give me another survival check.
Let's see. Oh, geez.
All right. You actually see a little bit of a smear of blood on the crystal ball itself.
Crystal ball.
And the blood trail goes this way.
Oh, it didn't look like there was anything that way. Oh,
So
there's
when you look into the crystal ball,
Mm,
um, who's looking? All of you?
uh, well, I guess Marcus.
Okay. There is a crystal minaret resting on a crystal island, with red clouds forming a spinning storm around it.
I repeat this back to everyone else.
Well, everybody else, yeah, they can see it too if they step forward and look
Right.
into the crystal ball.
What's that over there?
That is a 180-foot room with a 30-foot circular disc in the center. This disc is raised a couple of feet off the floor.
Right. Do I see anything this way?
Sure.
Uh,
Um, um,
Ooh.
there's also a 180-foot room with 30-foot circular disc in the center of the room that's raised 2 feet off the floor.
So, gents, there appears to be two ways. This way, and this way where the blood leads. I'm pretty sure these discs are like the one we encountered earlier. So, which one do you want to go to?
We should take care from what it said on the plinth in the middle. 6 paths to doom, 6 paths to glory. We take the wrong one, we could end up in a very bad situation.
True. Is there any clue to which path would be the right path?
You're asking me?
I'm asking the party.
Well, the crystal ball is showing red smoke, which would make me think here.
Real quick.
Unless the crystal ball is showing what we don't need to grab.
I want
Like
to
it's
take a
trying to
quick
trick us.
look down here to see if there's anything else this way, just to make sure that all our options are covered.
Um, it just leads to another area that's still lit up. You can see another 120 feet beyond that it's still lit.
Just gonna move slowly closer. Or no, I'm gonna hang back because this could be part of the riddle.
Should I try taking it?
Doing what now?
You said this is something in the air, right? Uh, something covered, a red thingy covered
No, when you
in
look
the
in the
air?
crystal ball, when you look in the crystal ball,
No, in the air here.
that's the crystal ball sitting on a die.
Here.
Oh, that's a platform, raised platform.
Yeah, but there's something on the platform, right? Or is it just a platform?
No, it's just the platform, the way it's decorated, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Real quick, Mark, is
Well,
touch
Blood
the
will stand on the
crystal
platform.
ball to see if he sees anything, or just touch it, like not move or anything.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Muglug is now dead.
Oh,
So is Percival X.
Personal X is not dead.
We've got to follow them. We've got to stick together.
Hormir is not dead. DPK. DPK.
good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh,
Poor Marcus, he's all alone again. Um, but not for long. He follows with him.
right.
Um, you appear at the back of a huge cavern built of polished white stone. The top of the cavern is a fantastic height. The walls stretching into the distance are lined with spots of brilliant white light. Each, I think, hex here is like 120 or something. Um, trees and shrubbery grow in this green garden-like area. Well-trimmed bushes line several neat paths down the hall. Behind you, two large carved stone figures stand at the back of the hall. One of them is labeled time and the other is labeled space. Between them there is a large obelisk with writings carved into it. Up ahead, the ceiling ends and you can see glowing red light through it. Are y'all still with me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are, let's see, hold on. I have to do something. Anyways, yeah, go ahead and proceed.
The
Sounds
the
good.
obelisk between the two statues, time and space, right?
Yeah,
Is that the red thing in the map there, or is that actually between the two rock thingies on the northern wall?
it's on the northern wall between those two rock
Okay.
thingies.
So what's the red thing in the center? Is that like where we appeared or
Yeah.
something?
No, hold on, wait, let me do this real quick.
Well, it almost looks like an obelisk with the red thing in the center. Rather,
Let's see.
I'm just trying to understand the picture.
Yeah. Um, what did I do with the rest of So, what you've got, and it's because the scale is really huge.
Hmm.
Um, you've got right here the obelisk. You've got space and time statues right
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Um, and then the ceiling ends over here, and you can see red swirly beyond.
The ceiling.
Yeah. And outside it sounds like a torment.
So characters and then on the map.
No, you're not. I'm gonna go ahead and just put Uh,
Party token.
yeah, party token here.
Okay. Is it possible to take a look on the outside to see what's going
Sure, it's a bit of a walk.
on? I guess read
I say we
there.
investigate the statue first.
Yeah, the obelisk. Yeah, I was gonna say we investigate the obelisk and see if there's any writing on it to give us clues.
Sure. So on this wall that you're behind, where space and time was, um, you read some carvings. Actually, no, it's at the obelisk. Sorry. Beyond the knowledge of mortal man, the guardians of the worlds stand guard. They look toward the crystal minaret and watch that path so hard. Beyond the end of space and time, beyond all magic sphere, where all the world breaks down and chaos does appear. 'Tis there the crystal minaret awaits that valiant day, when men shall walk paths of oblivion and take that key so far away.
Hmm.
Sounds similar to the Phoenix in a way, like a path pointed out to us.
Mm-hmm. Question is which path
Looks like there's only one path ahead of you.
is there?
Well, from what we can see.
Well, Muglug's not a big thinker, so Muglug will just take the easiest path.
So as y'all proceed forward, it looks like the glowing lights on the walls are getting dimmer. And as you go progress further down, the trees, the shrubbery, instead of appearing lush and full, it seems like the further you walk, the more they start to appear withered. When you get to about this point, the vast ceiling high overhead suddenly ends in a jagged edge of broken stone. Thousands of red clouds roll rapidly through the sky, bathing the entire area in flickering ruby-colored light. The trees are limp and the shrubbery is a sickly yellow color. Jagged rocks litter the path ahead. You can barely see the dim glow of the wall lights.
Is the lighting outside?
Whoa, that sounds very distorted. Who's talking?
Is there lighting outside?
It is it is just enough lighting for you to see the color red and some the lights and swirls.
So we keep moving.
Okay, as you go a little further, the walls of the cavern suddenly end in jagged raw edges. Before you is a vast expanse of rock. Um, The red clouds swirl around overhead as though forming a tunnel over the cavern. The trees stand stark and dead, stripped of their leaves. The bushes seem to reach out with their bare branches. More jagged-edged rocks block the path ahead.
So is the ground walkable?
It is. It's like difficult terrain.
Okay. It's not like going cut ourselves while we walk over on glass or something like that?
Hmm?
We're not going like cut ourselves walking on glass or something?
No, no. So you keep going. The trees and bushes in here, nothing grows as far as you can see in the distance. In places, the ground suddenly ends in a cliff that drops straight down. Uh, into more swirling clouds. You cannot see to the bottom of these drop-offs. Further ahead, the wind carries the red clouds into a glowing storm of spinning clouds and rain, thunder and lightning. A single wide path of rock winds between the cliffs and clouds. This path of rock winds around the whirlpool cloud storm out of sight. Will reveal a bit of what you're seeing.
Hey, let's jump in.
Whoa!
Apologies, can we get the carving off the pillars again, please?
Sure. Beyond the knowledge of mortal man, the guardians of the world stand guard. They look toward the crystal minaret. Alright, who keeps moving their mic?
Michael.
Alright, alright. Let me say it again. Beyond the knowledge of mortal man, the guardians of the world stand guard. They look toward the crystal minaret and watch that path so hard. Beyond the end of space and time, beyond all magic's sphere, where all the world breaks down and chaos does appear. 'Tis there the crystal minaret awaits that valiant day when men shall walk paths of oblivion and take that key so far away.
Say we just keep going forward down the path.
Marty left statue.
What's Marcus say? Sorry.
He wants a statue.
All right, now I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Marcus is going to investigate.
Yeah, you got really bad Michael.
Mike. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So Marcus is going to examine the statues behind the obelisk and see if they give any clues or anything.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to the statues and investigate them.
Yeah.
All right, let's see that investigation roll. There's nothing else that you see back there other than um like I said, they're just carved stone figures labeled space and the other one labeled time.
Marcus goes to Homer. One of the statues is labeled space and the other is time. You suppose they have something to do with the riddle get across?
Potentially, I'm struggling a bit to wrap my head around it, but be, this is one of those things where I'm going to slap myself after we've all nearly died 10 times afterwards. But Holmie's going to head over to the two statues and just try and reach behind them and see if the spinneret's there.
Reach behind the statues.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's just stone.
Word for shot. It said beyond space and time, and they're literally labeled space and time. I was like, if I just reach beyond it.
Yep. All right, we need somebody to quit moving their mic.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Do you have like a damaged mic or something, Mike?
I don't think so. Maybe the cord, but is that better?
Yeah, it's not
For
too
Yes.
now?
bad now.
All right.
Um,
All right, let's make our way around, I guess.
Wait. Which statue says what? Which side?
yeah, I don't. I'm gonna say that it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter.
How big is the gap here?
It's fairly big. That's half of probably about a 60-foot gap. And as are you gonna step forward? Do y'all have
Yeah,
control of
it's
this token? Tormir, do you
I
have
do.
control of?
I do, but the others don't, so I don't really want to
Okay.
move it without their permission and get us killed.
I'm all right. The 60-foot gap though might be a problem. Maybe
Yeah.
not for people who fly, but
But
Speaking
how
of,
long? Marcus is going to take one of the 1,000 gold that was thrown at him, a single
sure.
piece, and throw it onto the ground ahead of him.
Where?
On the ground ahead.
Yeah, but where? Where on the map?
Uh, probably.
Okay, so it kind of falls into like a in between the crags of a rock, couple of rocks.
Uh,
you know what would work for this? And Hormir pulls out a small metal stick, speaks a word, and it extends. And he's going to start poking the ground ahead of them,
Okay.
almost using it like a blind man's cane to test the ground before stepping forward.
Okay, so y'all are gonna step forward with slowly, but by poking the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you start to step forward, poking at the ground, again, once you leave the confines of that area, the wind is quite strong, you know, uh, blowing with the contours of the swirl pattern that you're seeing on the map. Um, it's very hard for y'all to communicate without yelling. And occasionally, the rocks kind of crumble and break off and then uh, get caught by the wind and kind of swirl towards the center of this oblivion, of this
Hmm.
black abyss. Um,
question. Does Homer recognize that all this black abyss? Did you,
I caught the question. I don't know that. I don't know that he would.
Unless it looks like something from my brief trip to the Nine Hells, then no.
Um, this really is Um, no. So as you step forward and you start working, um, um, as you move, it seems like as you poke it with your stick, uh, it seems like you're right upon it as soon as you're poking it with your stick. Does that make sense?
No.
It's not
So,
supposed to. Uh,
It's not
you,
supposed to.
you're poking an area of the ground, and it's like the area that you're poking, instead of being 10 feet away from you, is right in front of you.
oh, so time
Oh.
moves slower, and faster in some places.
Or space.
And your microphone is basically what it sounds like here.
Michael's microphone is lost in time and space
Hmm.
Did I fix it?
Yes.
Sorry.
for the moment.
Okay, so we're dealing with space and time, and we have no idea how to deal.
Um, yeah, and so everything seems closer, but you seem to be moving like at a fourth the speed. So it's like it's not that far from you, but you're still just creeping up on it as you're progressing.
But the ground is solid, from what I can tell.
Yeah, occasionally you poke a loose piece of rock in it, and then the winds pick it up and carry it off. Um, but you remember that scene from Star Trek: The Motion Picture where they get caught in the wormhole or whatever the heck?
Nope. Never watched Star Trek.
So it's like everybody's talking in whale,
Ooh.
and
Ooh.
everybody's got a movement of like a quarter the speed.
Just hear from Marcus.
Alright. Let's head this way then. And I will tie myself to the rope that Muglug handed me, so we're tied together. And then I'll pass Marcus a rope and tell him to tie him and Persolax together.
Okay.
He does.
Okay.
Oh, wait, let me check something.
Hmm.
Alright. So I have an idea. It's a real crazy apeshit idea.
Well, considering we're in the land of crazy ape shit, I think that's all right.
Ah, shoot? Because I was gonna say Marcus had his spider staff with him. Maybe you could shoot a web that would make a bridge from them to cross. But the problem is, it's not that big a web. So
Mm.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so Hormir, y'all are moving.
Yeah, gonna keep heading down this path.
Okay. Y'all continue on. Again, it seems at a little bit of a slower pace. Actually, I said at a much slower pace. Um, and then you're going to keep going.
Yeah, still testing the ground ahead as we go.
Yeah. Okay. And y'all come to the edge, right?
Yeah,
It seems like you get to the edge and as you're kind of standing there and you're double checking the rope, right, to make sure it's secure, everybody's secured, and you start trying to brainstorm ideas, right? And as you look, you can kind of see there are areas of the rock, like much larger areas that are kind of breaking off and flying into the center of this abyss, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then over here, you can kind of see that other pieces of rock are kind of coming from out of nowhere, materializing, and then sort of forming themselves. Uh, and just as you notice this, the piece of rock that y'all are standing on kind of breaks off,
Oh,
and
uh,
you start to wander, but it seems like you go floating. And go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, could he, Spider-Man hit with his spider staff to swing him to the other side?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
You start to contemplate this, and then the piece of rock that you are standing on kind of moves and lands and attaches itself right here to this landmass.
Is that my mic or someone else?
It might
That's
be
probably
someone
mine, sorry.
else's.
My bad.
Yeah.
I was playing with my mic. I shouldn't have been.
alright, let's push on
So
then.
we found the escalator. I mean the elevator. The rockavator. That's it.
So when you come to the ground here, and Muglook says, "Hey, I guess we found the
Rockavator.
rockavator." He says, "Hey, I guess we found the rockavator." And you turn and you look, and each one of
This
you
is not
seems
Mugluck now.
no, it sounds like a
Chipmunk.
Like pre.
like a juiced up Muglug, like a hopped up Muglug. If Muglug was a high elf,
The high elf's like, what are you talking about?
and you look around and it seems like each one of you is like standing 50 feet from each other instead of 5 feet from each other.
Why are you so far away?
I'm not, you don't have to shout. This place is weird. Let's just try and get through it.
Mugluck has a headache.
Same drill, poking for safety and moving along.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Mugluck has a headache.
Okay, y'all continue on. Um, And oh yeah, I need everybody to make a dexterity save.
Oh shoot. Wait, that's
8.
Starlight.
Let's see. All right. So Muglug, you're good, right?
8? I don't think so.
Oh, 8. Okay. So Muglug and
Sorry,
Hormir.
I'm still
Um,
on advantage from raging.
that's okay. So Muglug and Hormir, you both uh you both fall down when you and take 1d6 of damage from getting dragged on the across the jagged rock. Uh, because you're getting yanked from the via the being tied to each other.
Oh,
As as this distance distortions keep occurring.
Do you want us to roll that damage, or are you going to do
I'll
it?
let you roll it. And let's see. So y'all continue on. Um, and when you get to this point, you see in the distance. Let's see, y'all are how separated are you by this rope?
As much room as we can get on a 50-foot rope.
Less than 50 feet.
So it'd probably
Like
be about
40 feet.
25. It's probably about 25 feet then if it's tied around you.
oh, Mayor, I didn't
Uh,
know you knew the close clone spell.
Oh,
are
no,
there
it's a
two?
blessing from my god.
Are there two Hormiers or what?
Yeah, there's two Omirs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't got duplicate up at the moment.
I'm missing Marcus, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. And so distance wise, y'all are how far? I'm gonna say y'all are about 25 feet with the from length to length. So what would that be? Yeah, so about
Well, we're attached in two pits. We're not all attached to each other.
say what now?
Like Muglug and Hormir are tied together. Marcus and Persiflax are tied together. We're not all four of us tied together.
I thought all four of you were.
No, I
No.
handed Marcus and Persiflax a rope to tie themselves together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right. So, let me make sure. So you hear in the distance a couple of loud noises, and they spotted you, and they're moving
Holy
towards you.
crap. Is that a Zorn? And I have no idea what this thing is.
Papa Zorn. Baby Zorn, Papa Zorn.
So go ahead and give me some initiative.
Well, to be honest, do we want to end with the battle or do we want to end it here? So we're at 9:50.
Let's, since we started late, I'm willing to keep going if y'all want to, or I'll basically I'm leaving it up to y'all. What do y'all want to do?
Well, clocks haven't gone back for me yet, so it's not that late for me yet.
And Pete,
Clocks go back next week.
I'm good.
you're good. So Michael,
I'm good.
all right, let's carry on then. Let me put.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna give you control of Percival Axe also, if that's
All right.
okay.
That'll be fine.
And you can go ahead and put Bar Ethel on there if you want,
Right.
because that's gonna be his preferred weapon.
Right. Wow. I am rolling on fire today. Oh, I don't have access to a sheet anymore. Okay. Put fire apple.
Oh, you don't? All right, let me see if I can give that to you.
Oh, divine sword. No, that's divine swine.
All right. We've got the whole area is difficult terrain,
Oof.
and I'm gonna go ahead and place down a few craggy rocks.
Man, what is that thing? Why does it freak me out so much?
Because you're
I
about to
know what
die.
it is because I've fought one before and died to one. But homie, it doesn't.
I know what this is.
All right. Give me what you got. Let's see who's up. Marcus.
Hmm. Marcus. How much feet is it between here and here?
Say what now?
How much feet is it between here and here?
I
Between the oh, sorry. How many feet is it between that craggy hole and that creature with the tentacles on it?
It's not a craggy hole. It's a craggy rock formation.
Oh, never mind. Then. Let's see. Spells. Let's see what some good spells he's got.
And y'all have ropes tied together, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all have got 25 feet maximum between the two of you.
Okay.
Each
Well,
each sets
okay,
of rope.
okay. I guess I can burn one at least in this fight. I am going to unleash a lightning bolt on these two. If that's okay.
Um, how does the lightning bolt gonna hit
It's
both?
a line version of a fireball.
It's a 60-foot line.
So that's as far as it
Oh,
can go.
well, no, I mean it can go like this. No, no, let me. No, where's the ruler? Like this. Are they too far away?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Thought I had enough range
Oh,
at him.
no, my bad. I read it wrong. 100-foot line, 5 foot wide. That's lightning bolt.
But it's coming from him.
Yes.
From Marcus, yes.
Yeah, so you're basically
Okay,
only gonna be able to hit one of them.
what about fireball? Fireball hit both of them?
Fireball is what, 20-foot radius?
Yeah.
That should be able to hit them both.
Yeah. And oof, make a dex saving throw, DC 15. 35 damage.
All right, so fireball 150 feet, and it's 20-foot radius, so that catches both of them. Okay, so
Oof.
all right, so they both
Oof.
save. So that's 18 points.
Yeah, I believe so. And I'm not going to spend any higher spell slots on this fight because I am saving those for the big fight between a certain person. So what do we got?
All right. So is that
Hmm.
all your action? Are you gonna do any movement?
Uh, I'm probably gonna untie the rope and hang back
I think
behind.
untying will be an action, right?
Right. Then I'm gonna move right behind Percival
Right behind him.
or behind behind him.
Okay. You know he wants to charge, right?
Crap. Crap. um, uh, would it be a bonus action to cut a rope?
I'll give you a bonus action. You have to cut the rope.
I'll cut the rope and just hang behind him.
All right. All right. So now Percival X. I'll let you decide what to do, but I'm just telling you that he wants to go melee with these guys.
He's gonna go here, and that's about his movement, I believe. No, no, no. That's 10 feet, which means he's got 20 more. So I'm going to say he moves 20 feet and need to remember to return to my clicker. 20 feet and readies an action to attack on when a creature gets near.
Okay.
This is all difficult terrain, Michael.
Oh,
So about right there is about as far as he gets.
right.
Okay. All right. This guy. I think he gets about that far.
Uh-huh.
And
It may not count as difficult terrain for them.
well, for this one, does, but I don't think it does for the other one.
Oh, great.
And
Yeah.
Zorns have like a Earth move ability or something.
Earth Glide, yeah. So this guy, he's just going to. Oops. I
Oh,
did not mean to do
disappeared.
that. Yeah, that was an accident.
Oh, we only have one
Control
fight
Z.
left.
He's not
Control
that
Z.
badass. He's gonna move forward, and I'll just say take the dodge action. Muglug.
10, 20, 30, 40. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's about it,
Um,
anyways. That's about the length of the rope, anyways.
exactly.
And then what will you do?
10. Oh, where's my ruler? There's a ruler somewhere. 40 feet. Mm, I will throw 2 hand axes at um that Zorn or that beast looking thing.
At which one? Sorry, this one?
That 4-legged thingy with
Okay, yeah,
the
the bigger one.
bigger one. Yeah. So 15 and 17.
Yeah, those both hit. And that's you have the range on that hand axe?
I believe is 20, 50.
Is it 20? Is it?
It could
I'm
be
trying to
if
remember.
I don't have my player's handbook here.
Well, I'm
So,
gonna look at it here. Hold on. Hand axe 2060. So yeah, I think you're good. You're good. Right.
I rolled disadvantage because of the range.
Yeah, well, he was dodging
Um,
anyways, so it didn't hurt you to
oh yeah, didn't hurt me throw them.
to throw them. Yeah. Yeah. So they both
Do
hit.
I do any strength damage on those?
Yeah, yeah, they're strength even when you throw them.
Don't think I have that calculated in here. So, um, for 8 damage and 10 damage. So 18 points damage. It's non-magical slashing, if it
Okay.
matters,
Okay.
which it probably does.
Okay. Is that it for your action?
Yep, that's it.
Action, bonus action, and movement. Okay.
Action and the action was to throw the axe, right?
Right. Any bonus actions that you
Can
can
I?
take
No.
or that you
Oh,
choose
there
to
is
care
one,
to?
but I'm not going to take it right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Hormir's next.
All right, I'm going to use my small knife to cut the rope.
Should I rage?
As pardon?
I'm thinking whether I should rage or not.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to cut the rope. Then I
think
can
so.
get what 15 feet, 5, 10, 15.
You don't have to cut the rope unless you plan getting far away from me.
Right.
And I'm going to throw my spiritual weapon at this dude down here.
Okay, that'll hit him.
7 force damage.
Alright.
And that's everything I can do with my turn.
Alright. Okay. Um, the Zorn digs under the ground and disappears.
Oh, how thick is the ground we're standing?
Pretty thick.
Okay.
You
Saying,
going to
I
dig
think it'd be,
China?
I just think it'd be funny if he digs a hole and it falls out the other side. And the next thing time we see it is it's going down the vortex.
Hmm.
And but it's got that much width, yeah, thickness. So it's Marcus's turn.
Hmm.
All right, Marcus is going to. Let's see, you know what? Since the Zorn is gone, he's got a Scorching Ray. The big one with 3 attacks. So that's going to be 3 simultaneous. One, two. Oh wait, I didn't add the modifiers to that one. The Scorching Ray does.
Probably still a miss.
Yeah.
+7 probably.
So you did Scorching Ray on this big guy?
Yeah. First one is plus the modifiers. It's going to be plus. Let's see. 3 plus 4, so 7. So 11 attack for the first hit. 24 for the second. And 13 for the last one.
Okay, so
So how
only
many of
one
those?
hit.
Only one hit. Sorry. Oh, come on.
2 1. Perfect. That's the lowest you could possibly get for Scorching Ray, unless you missed with all 3 charges.
All right, Persevalax.
How close is he to the big one?
Still far away.
I mean, he could
Dash.
dash.
Yep.
I think he's going to move side Muglug. It's 15 feet, remember. Because of difficult
Yeah,
terrain.
but if he dashes, he can get 30.
You've moved 10 so far.
He's going to move here and take a dodge action.
All right, so
Whoops.
he has to go to about right here then.
All right. Dodge action.
Okay. All right. It's also dodging.
All right.
Muglug.
Muglug will rage. And he will move 10, 20, 30, 40. He will frenzy. And he will hit or try to hit the bad guy. I'm still at disadvantage. 23 and a 16. I'm assuming they both hit.
So it's a straight roll. So
Oh
it'd
yeah,
be 20.
sorry.
So it'd be 23 and 13, right?
23 and 13. Do those both hit?
The 23 hits.
Okay. So 12, 13, 14 points.
Okay. And that was bonus action and action, right? And movement.
Yep,
That it?
that's it.
All right. Hormir.
All right, first things first. Bonus action, spiritual weapon's going to move up behind this guy and take a swing.
Okay. That will hit.
Oh, and that shouldn't that be disadvantage? Just need dodging.
Yes, it would be disadvantage. Yes. That's a miss.
All right, spiritual weapon done. I'm going to move forward a little, and then I'll cast a sacred flame on him as well.
All right.
Passes, so no damage.
Okay.
And that's every movement I go.
I almost said the wrong character's name. Marcus is gonna do 3 hits with magic missile.
Wait, it's not his go yet.
Oh, so Hormir's turn, or
The Zorn burrow comes from out of the ground
uh,
next to Muglug. And he attacks. First attack.
The surprise attack, wasn't
I'm gonna say no.
it? Okay. It still hits.
Second attack.
Hits.
Third attack.
Hits.
Fourth attack.
wow,
Misses.
how crazy these things are.
Um. Okay, now it's Marcus's turn.
Okay, Marcus is gonna magic missile the big beast, or can he? Does he have to move up?
I don't think so. Isn't it magic missile like 120 feet range or something?
Oh yeah, you're right. And then they just move up closer to be near his allies, and
That
then
way there's line of sight because you probably wouldn't have had it because of this craggy rock
yeah,
right
you're right. And he's gonna magic missile.
there. So that's 4 points of force damage. Oh, 3 points of force
Yeah.
damage.
3 4, and 3. So 10 damage.
Okay. Okay. Persevalax.
Versalax sees his Zoran attacking Muglug. His brother's closest friend.
All right.
And he's not cool with that. So
No,
he's
he's
gonna
not.
shy. So he's gonna come up, and then he's gonna bring out conjure a. Let's see. Does he have branding smite? Where's first Alex? Oh, he's on top. Let's see what smites he has. Divine smite. Yeah, he's gonna do a branding smite, and then do a divine smite. So he's gonna swing to attack Bar Ethel, but Bar Ethel's on his sheet.
Just do plus. Let me just put a drag a +1 longsword onto his sheet.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me do that real quick. All right.
+1 longsword. All right. Swings.
Whoa.
Oh, this is just first attack. Yeah, that happened. So he does that much damage, whatever that is, and he
23.
adds 23, and then there's divine smite. That's not working. Okay. Let's see, divine smite.
I think it's just 2d6, right?
Right. I got it. 7. Then the branding smite. 7. So that's shit.
I don't think you do Divine Smite and Branding Smite at the same time, can you?
Yes, he can. It's using his action and his bonus action because you use your bonus action to summon it, and it kicks off as soon as you would land an attack.
Okay.
But you have to declare them before you use them.
But aren't those numbers doubled because you crit?
Oh shit, that's a good question. Are they?
That is a good question. I don't know that they are because they're.
I believe they are.
Are they?
All dice
All
on
dice
damage
rolls.
on a crit are doubled.
So that's 14 and 14. Oh shit.
So roll a couple more 2d6s. 2d8s.
Oh.
2d6, 2d6 and 2d8s.
Holy, wow! He's he
The
doesn't
the
have
undead one's wrong one.
the branding smite. Oh, the undead one. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah,
So 8 and 7.
yeah.
All right. That totally hews the Zorn.
Holy cow. I forgot how nuts it was to play Paladin.
Yeah. Especially one that crits
With a magic sword.
with a magic sword, yes. And 2 smites on
And he still has an attack left.
it. Does he have any movement left?
He used 5 feet for there, 5 feet here.
So that would be 10.
Right. But if you move diagonally, can you get near the big boy?
20, 30,
Like,
right?
Yeah, you can get down to here.
all right, and he's gonna use the. Yeah, let's go burn another divine smite and use it against the big
I don't
boy
think you can
because.
burn another one on the same turn.
Okay.
You could do as many divine smites as you want per
Can you?
turn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why paladins
over
were
it.
insane. Remember when Robert and I used to have who had the biggest smite competition?
Okay.
Now, he can't. He can't do another branding spell. I don't think, right?
Yeah, because that
No,
one
no,
he
No,
had
that's a
to
that's
do.
just
bonus.
a run.
Bonus action. Yeah.
Okay.
So swing that longsword.
That's gonna hit.
Wow. 11 and divine smite. So 9 damage. So 20 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I like being a smiting paladin.
Yeah, paladins are nuts.
Crazy. The problem with them is they burn through spell slots quickly.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So this is probably the only smite you're going to see this fight.
All right. So he's going to again focus on Muglug. I think he'll step forward. And he'll focus on Muglug.
It's
Now, do I have advantage or disadvantage on this, or are these all just straight rolls?
I don't think it matters since you crit me, but I was not reckless last round.
Yeah, I
though.
didn't think you were.
But what's this Constitution say? Disease or poison?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that's going to change any of those numbers.
Everyone okay?
Well, he's got to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
D8 misses. I believe. Let me double check. Oh no, it's strength save. Do I have advantage? So just regular cost. A 13 fails and a 22.
Okay, so you have 1 failure, right? So you took 26 piercing, and
My hit
you,
point maximum is reduced.
yeah, you're poisoned, and in 24 hours your hit point maximum will reduced by 5.
Oh, shit.
Oh, so it's not reduced right now.
That's the way I'm
Okay.
reading it, that it's not reduced right
No,
now.
yeah. Yep.
Now, this last one was supposed to be
Look like an 8.
a slam, but I rolled an 8, so it'll miss regardless.
So,
All right, so yeah, that's it for that one. Now it's Muglug's turn.
all right, Mugla, give him a big whopping.
Muglug is
Okay,
now
so I'm
poisoned.
going to reckless. Might as well. Attack with a chair. 18 hit.
Yeah.
Um, I am going to try to trip him. So DC 15. Let me strength saving throw for the whatever it is. So it is not prone if it can be not prone.
It is knock prone.
And it takes 17, 18, 19, 25 points damage.
Okay.
Now, since it's not prone, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm still reckless, and you
Yep.
can't add double, so it's still the standard
Still a straight roll.
roll for me at least. But I will attack him again
Hits.
for 14, 15, 6 points of damage.
And you bash its skull in.
Oh, so I had one more attack.
You guys, it's almost at the 30-minute marker, and we
Oh, we're
saw
done the fight,
30.
so
Yeah, so do you want to call it here?
Yeah, let's call it here. So you've defeated the Otiug and the Zorn. Um, and ahead of you is more of this black abyss. Um, and somewhere here is an evil female elf that's out to kill you if she sees you.
The feeling's mutual.
So, um, we'll continue next time. And since we are on, um, so it'll be a time change for you next week, Toby, right?
Yes, so it'll just be back to normal time for me. We've been starting an hour earlier the last few weeks.
Okay, from your perspective, yeah.
My perspective, we're just going back to normal time instead of starting an hour earlier.
Okay, and then
Because, oh, yeah, because the clock will go forward at midnight.
mhm,
Wait,
the day before,
so does
night
that
before.
mean we're... Well, no, it happens on the 29th, which is the Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And we usually start 1 a.m. UK time. But I'm just wondering if the clock goes forward at midnight, it might still be at midnight for me.
Oh yeah, what we're gonna do, Percival X is thing this session or next.
No, it'll be future. It'll be future session.
Okay,
Um, because yeah, Percival uh has still got um unresolved things to do, especially regarding his mother
right,
and and taking returning with Mugleg returning Cathalax to the Oasis of the White Palm.
right,
well, it's gonna be a while before we can do that, right?
Oh yeah,
right,
hmm
yeah,
So yeah, so here we are in the Black Abyss. Time and space is distorting as you progress. Um, and you're on your way to opening Martek's Sphere of Power. You've opened the Grand Hall, or as the locals call it, the Grandal.
hmm
Um, but yeah, somewhere is Sardak, and somewhere may also be um, Trifacus. So
right.
Or maybe they're dead.
Yeah, you should be so lucky. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And any other announcements, Michael?
Just a quick in the same shout out. Check out Vishal at for logos. He does web design. Vicky M007 at Twitter. So check out his stuff. He did our logo right here. If you like it, send him a tweet, and he'll start a commission price for you for a logo or something like that. All right.
Hmm. Cool. All right. Well, thanks again for watching. Speaking of washing, wash your hands, everybody. Stay safe. Keep a safe distance from everyone while we get through this global phenomenon. And
Nom nom.
goodbye.
Da, da, da.
Bye.